In Tanzania staat Tundu Lissu mogelijk de doodstraf.
In Tanzania, Tundu Lissu may be subject to the death penalty. Why? Because he stood up to the Tanzanian authorities. He's been charged with treason, with publishing false information, and could be subject to the death penalty. In October, elections will be held in Tanzania, and the members of the opposition can't stand. They're being repressed, they're being arrested. We want sustainable development, and we want to be able to work with Tanzania. But unfortunately, what we're seeing is a crackdown on civil society and journalists there, and the European Union really should be speaking up against countries where the death penalty exists, including Tanzania. Rule of law, freedom of expression, judicial independence, they're not optional. We call on the Commission, as well as the Member States, to ensure that Mr. Tundu Lissu's trial is followed very closely so that we can see that it was fair, and hopefully he will be released. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jan Christoph Etienne, author of the resolution.
Thank you, Chair, Commissioner, colleagues. We talk today about Tundu Lissu. Tundu Lissu is the opposition leader in Tanzania, and he got arrested after having advocated for free and fair elections. And we had high hopes here in the House after Samia Suluhu Hassan has become president of Tanzania, and we hope for reforms in the country. But it appears that it's not a positive way that Tanzania is taking at the moment. We request to the Tanzanian authorities to free him, free Tundu Lissu, to organize free and fair elections, to let the opposition party participate equally in those elections. We request from Tanzania to cherish democracy, because we want Tanzania to be a good partner for the European Union so that we can continue our cooperation. Thank you.
Bardzo dziękuję.
Thank you very much. Now I hand it over to Catarina Vieira, author of the resolution.
Thank you very much, Chair, colleagues, Commissioner. Mr. Lissu started his career as a lawyer, working on land rights and on the impact of mining in protected areas. His political activity and his exposure of government corruption made him a target for an assassination attempt, followed by several years of exile in Belgium. He returned home to Tanzania. He became a leader of the opposition party, and just last month he was arrested, disqualified for participating in the upcoming election in October, and charged with treason, a crime punishable with a death sentence. This is not a standalone case. It exemplifies the regime's treatment of political opposition, civil society organizations, journalists, indigenous peoples, and human rights defenders. Anyone who poses a threat to the ruling elite is effectively silenced. The EU can and should do more. We should make any future EU investments in Tanzania conditional upon improvements of human rights, democracy, and the rule of law. Embassies and the EU delegation must monitor the trials of those unlawfully detained, and we should increase the funds supporting civil society and indigenous communities. Today, this Parliament stands with Mr. Lissu and with all of those unjustly deprived of freedom in Tanzania. To them we say, you are not alone.